Can't hit me, I'm too far away, I'm invisible, I'm invincible, narrow end on, but I better drink again. I do, and I come back, and they're still going by. Not much overtake, by the way, as I'm doing 650 knots, and by now I'm about 4 miles away from the gun, but it's still shooting. But just as Colonel Mack turns, and I go to roll to the right to join up on him, I'm looking at a rice paddy down below, and the airplane's pitching around, warning light comes on, all the caution lights are on, things just going all to hell. And then the radio calls start. 2, you're hit. 3, you're hit. Oh God, 2's hit, 3's hit, I'm 4 and I'm hit. The day's going all to hell. It turned out that Colonel Mack thought I was 2, and 2 had moved over here and thought I was 3, whatever. Anyway, it settles down, and Malcolm Winter says, Mal says, 2's not hit, but 4, you're on hit, and you're torching a mile. And I probably did have flames behind the airplane, at least from here to that door where the glass door is there. I figured what happened with the shock, the afterburner was probably blown out, but the afterburner fuel, which comes out of a pipe about that big, is still burning and flaming behind. So I pulled the throttle inboard, it cut off the fuel. I turned off the air turbine motor, which pumped a lot of utility hydraulic fluid back to the tail, and it settled down. I got to Udorn and landed. Tire blew on the landing. I popped the drag chute, and the helicopter pilot behind, the Pedro guy with the fire bottle, is calling, no shoot, no shoot, no shoot. You know, I can talk helicopter. Alpha Bravo is in Charlie Delta. How do you read over? Anyway, no shoot, no shoot. I'm thinking no shit, because it's nothing happened. The entire drag chute pack just fell out of the compartment and landed on the runway because the riser that connected it had been sliced through. So then I put my feet up on the rudder pedals for the emergency brakes. The right wheel blew, maybe I blew it, maybe it was a hard landing, I don't know. And the gear door, the right inboard or the right outboard gear door stuck to, was fastened with the wheel, caught the cable and stopped me. Well, I got back to Takhli that night, and Mo Baker and Tom Kirk, that were buddies of mine and his in camp, congratulated me for putting the span down, my assigned span. We got 1 span destroyed completely in the water and 2 damaged. But Colonel Gerardo, our wing commander, a World War II and Korean vet, said we're not going to credit any one pilot with putting down a span or damaging it, and we're not going to criticize anyone who might have missed. This was a mission for the entire wing, for all the air crews, and especially for all those guys on the ground that put those airplanes back together with a 1-hour slip and got it there. And I thought that was absolutely the right thing to say.
Here.
That's been a little bit of, we've heard all my old stories all the time, anytime I'm around, from an old guy. I want to bring you a little more up to date. This is a story told by a captain, Air Force Captain Patricia Solway. A couple of years ago, she wrote, and I happened to read of this, she was walking down the sidewalk into the Fort Eustis medical facility, and a full colonel was coming toward her on the sidewalk, and in front was a shuffling old gray-haired retiree. As the colonel got within about here to there, she gave him a salute and said, "Good morning, sir." The old man thought it was for him, and he stood up straighter, returned the salute like, "Thank you, Captain, good morning to you." She was impressed by this and realized we needed to respect, she being then very young captain, the people who've gone before. So I wrote this poem called The Salute. I raised my hand to recognize the colonel coming by. The shuffling old gray hair in between. He never caught my eye, but he saw me in my salute and snapped his hand up to his brow and straightened up, a sudden different man. Well, the colonel smiled, and as did I. He saw the old man's mistake. Well, if he thought I saluted him, just might serve to make his day a bit more proud when he recalls another day when he served on land or sea or in war far away. Was it Ardennes or on the beach he watched his buddies die and penned the note to their mama sis and paused to wonder why they got the golden PB while he came through unscathed. A victory parade in 45, crowds cheered, flags they waved, and he was forgotten through Korea, Vietnam. Nothing left heroic in a shuffling gray-haired man waiting now alone to die. Though part of him did die in sand or snow or mud or in cold German skies. And who cares now for one old and gray and clothes ill-fit, in the way of younger troops and things to do and new wars far away? But I care now as I saw change in that old man's eye and stride, as he marched head high to pass me by, his head held high with pride. Perhaps when I am old and gray, some young pup, a third my age, will raise his hand, salute to me, and never stop to gauge the time and years apart are we. But no, I never swerved from duty as I saw it, and like the old man too, I served. So now, a salute to all those who came before us, all of us who served together, and all those who are coming now into the service of our country. Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent, I got it all on video.
Wow, thank you, John.
Got it all on